Hello Bookish friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi, and today's video is actually another library shopping haul. Again. The last day of the library sale was Monday, and it was $5 to fill a bag. So I filled this entire bag with books for literally only $5. So I had to go. So let's see how many books I got. 13 more books. So we're gonna go through these quickly. And they weren't like, when I went on Monday, there wasn't a lot of great books left, but I still think I got some good ones. So let's just go through them quickly. The first one I got is The Chaos of Standing Still by Jessica Brody. Don't really know. A lot of these books are going to be like YA books, because that's like pretty much like all the good books that they had left were YA books. So let's see what this says. It says, Rin has one unread text message on her phone, and it's been there for almost a year. She hasn't tried to read it. She can't. She won't. Because that one message is the last thing her best friend ever said to her before she died. And then she gets trapped in an airport, ends up running into this guy, Xander. They swap phones, and then they're thrust into the chaos of an unforgettable all-night adventure filled with charming and mysterious strangers, a secret New Year's Eve bash, and a possible Illuminati conspiracy hidden within the airport. Okay, so this is gonna go on my winter TBR, but I don't know. Sounded fun, sounded cool. Informing story about the earth-shattering challenges life throws at us in the unexpected way, strangers who help us along the way. So I was like, all right, that could be cool for my winter TBR. Whatever. The next book is a spooky YA book, and this is Wait Till Helen Comes. This is just like a YA thriller. It's really short too, so I figured I could read this quickly. This says 12-year-old Molly and her 10-year-old brother Michael have never liked their youngest stepsister Heather. Ever since their parents got married, she's made Molly's and Michael's lives miserable. Now their parents have moved them all to the country to live in a house that used to be a church with a cemetery in the backyard. That's not bad enough. Heather starts talking to a ghost named Helen and warning Molly and Michael that Helen is coming for them. Molly feels certain Heather is in some kind of danger, but every time she tries to help, Heather twists things around to get her in trouble. It seems as if things can't get any worse, but they do when Helen comes. So I was like, oh, spooky little book. I mean, the writing on the pages is pretty big, and it's a short book. It's only like, it's under 200 pages, so I was like, I could probably like read this quickly. You never know. The next book is Croak by Gina D'Amico. What? I forget what about it. Honestly, the cover intrigued me, and then I read the description briefly. I think it's about this girl that she gets shipped off to live with her uncle in upstate New York, of course, in the summer, hoping that a few months of dirty farm work will whip her back into shape. But her uncle ends up being a grim reaper and teaches her the family business, and she ends up like being really good at it and becoming obsessed with it. So I was like, sure, why not? Also a YA, like fantasy thriller, whatever. And of course the main character's name is Lex, which is like creepy, but whatever. This next book, I also read the description and I was like, all right, that could be a cute book for my winter TBR. And this is Red Stars by David Moricinato. I have no clue how to say that. This says twins Victor and Nadia are 12 years old when Germany declares war on the Soviet Union. With little notice, the city's children are evacuated on trains that are meant to take them to safety. Shockingly, Victor and Nadia are separated and disaster befalls them both. As the terrible conflict rages, each embarks on a desperate race across snow and ice, struggling through the destruction in an effort to be reunited. Their chances are minuscule, but they never lose hope. Okay, that actually sounds heartbreaking, but I mean, winter, ice, whatever. I was like, that could be a good book to put on my TBR. Oh my god. This has like mixed media in it. Oh, that's fun. It has like, looks like notes from somebody, a map, and then there's pictures. Okay. Is this a true story? I don't think this is a true story, but I'll have to double check on that. I have no idea. Oh, it says the case of Nadia and Victor's notebook. So maybe those are notes from like their notebook. I don't know. Oh my god, that's like a lot of that. Interesting. So this will definitely be an interesting read. The next book I got is The Infects by Sean. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that either. I don't know if you can see. I have no idea what that is. This one sounded so like spooky. This is basically like a zombie apocalypse. It says zombie rule number 4. Survival is for the ruthless. Everyone else is a hippie poet. Stuck in the wilderness with a bunch of other juvenile delinquents on an inward trek, it doesn't seem that things could get worse for 17-year-old Nick. But they do overnight. They call Nick Nero. Nero's counselor turns into flesh-eating maniacs and starts chowing down on his fellow miscreants. Like a monster movie come to life. As in any classic monster flick, worth its salted popcorn, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. But basically, it's like they go on a camping trip, their counselor turns into a zombie, and then they all have to survive. I was like, oh, that could be fun. And this is also a YA, so this will probably read really quickly. Maybe I'll read that in October. Next book I literally picked up because there's a horse on the cover, and this is Missing by Becky Citra. If you haven't been watching my channel for a while, then you don't know that I just read this book called Victory Gallop by Sarah Ward. It's a debut novel, and it's about this girl who rides horses, has anxiety, has panic attacks, whatnot. So I saw this and I was like, yep, let's keep it going. But the sticker from the library is like covering half of the description, so I'm just gonna read as much as I can. It says, Thea and her dad are always on the move from one small caribou town to another, trying to leave the past behind. They never stay long enough in one place for Thea to make friends, but when her dad gets work renovating a guest ranch on Gumboot Lake, she dares to hope that their wandering days are over. At the ranch, she makes friends with Van, a local boy, and works hard to build the trust of an abused horse. So I read that part and I was like, yep, that sounds right up my alley. And this is also a short book. This is under 200 pages, so very excited to read that. Next I have Breeder by Honeyman. Again, don't know how to say that. But this is also another short book. I'm pretty sure this was also YA. I don't really know much about this, but I know that people live in different zones and do different things, and it's kind of like futuristic world. That's pretty much all I know, so that's all I'm gonna say. The next book is a Architects of Memory by Karen Osborne. This says it's a memory war novel. Oh shit. Is this a series? I'll have to double check if this is like the first, second, or third book of a series. But this says a lightning fast science fiction debut, okay, we're good, of corporate greed. Terminally ill savage pilot Jackson lost everything in the war with the alien Vi, but she'll be damned if she loses her future. Her plan, to buy, beg, or lie her way out of corporate indenture and find a cure. When she and her crewmates salvage a genocidal weapon from a ravaged starship above a dead colony, Ashton covers a conspiracy of corporate intrigue and betrayal that threatens to turn her into a living weapon. How amazing does that sound? Obviously this is also YA, but like YA space. I like love space books, but I read Leviathan Wakes and it was like way too like smart for me. So like when I saw this and like space like drama and thriller, I was like, all right, I could probably read this one because it's obviously YA, so it's a lot easier to read. But I was like, damn, like that sounds good. And this one I could probably actually read because it's not gonna be too smart for me. A lot of these books are very like futuristic, like messed up kind of stories, like Black Mirror episodes. And I don't know why those were the books that were left, but I was like, all right, I'm into it. The next book is Blue Ticket by Sophie McIntosh. Calla knows how the lottery works. Everyone does. On the day of your first bleed, you report to the station to learn what kind of woman you will be. A white ticket grants you marriage and children. A blue ticket grants you a career and freedom. You are relieved of the terrible burden of choice. And once you've taken your ticket, there's no going back. But what if the life you're given is the wrong one? How fucked up does that sound? That sounds like Handmaid's Tale, if you ask me. Another book similar to that. This is The Hierarchies by Ross Anderson. This says, set in a startling familiar near future, The Hierarchies is an ambitious and provocative debut novel told through the eyes of a synthetic woman created to be the ideal companion for a man. So this book, I'm not going to read the actual synopsis because I have an idea of what this is about. It's basically about this girl named Sylvie IE, and she is basically an AI robot and built to like be the perfect wife and do anything to make her husband happy, which is fucked. And then she like starts to like develop real emotions and real thoughts, and she's like, what the heck, like what is going on? It says she learns more about the world and becomes more aware of her place within it. Something shifts inside her. Is she malfunctioning as her husband thinks, or is she coming into her own? So it's like AI turned real human with real emotions. Sounds fucking wild. So excited to read that. This one I picked up on a whim. I thought this was like a popular book, but I honestly don't know. This is The Honeyman and the Hunter by Neil Grant. I kind of love this cover. Like, I think it's really cute. This is also a YA. It says, the sea is inside his blood, cursed or blessed on both sides. 16-year-old Ruta Solis dredges up a long hidden secret in his father's trawl net. His life in the sleepy fishing village of Patonga shifts dramatically. It is not long before Runda is leaving Australia behind, bound for India on a journey of discovery and danger. This is a compelling tale of belonging and loss, of saltwater and mangroves, of migration and accepting change, a story of decisions that once made breakthrough family histories like a cyclone swell. I don't know. I was like, sure. And the cover got me, so I was like, whatever. I'll try it. All right, we got 2 more books left. This next one, I don't even remember getting this one, is If the Witness Lied by Carolyn B. Cooney. This is also the author who wrote The Face on the Milk Carton. So I saw that and I was like, all right, that was a good book. I read that when I was young because I think we had to for school or something. But it says, Jack Fountain knows that what happened to his family sounds like the most horrible soap opera anyone could ever write. But it's all true. It happened to his parents, to his sisters, Smithy and Madison, and to his baby brother Tris. What made it worse was the media wanted to know every detail. So I think something happened to his family and like the media gets involved, and like you kind of see the perspective of like how fucked up the media can be and how they just don't care as long as they get their story. So this is also another short book, so I was like, yeah, let me try it. Like, for however many cents I'm spending on this book, can't be that bad. Okay, and then this one was like one of the last ones I picked up, and I saw the bats on it and I was like, all right, fall TBR, like I could read this in October. This is Sucker Bet by Aaron McCarthy. This says it's a tale of Vegas vampires. A tale of Vegas empire. Why do I keep saying empires? It says this is a tale of Vegas empire. So I wonder if this is a series. I honestly didn't even really read the description, so we're going to do that now. It says, a night of indulgence. Gwenna Carrick is a woman with a history, 900 years of it. As the vampiress, ex-wife of the notorious vampire Roberto Donatelli, she has to keep a low profile. Not easy when she's bathed in the neon glow of Las Vegas, especially when there's a whole online group of vampire slayers bent on dealing her last hand. Wild night with a stranger, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Something with this girl's a vampire, she meets a man in Vegas, and probably some bad shit happens. So okay, so yes, those are the 13 extra books I got from the library book sale. I just calculated it. I basically got each book for 38 cents. Like that's phenomenal. That's amazing. So I definitely did not need these extra books because look, that stack right there are the books I got from the sale the first time I went. And now I have 13 more to add to that, which that's ridiculous. Like, I did not need those extra books. But 1, library sales help out your library. And 2, you get cheap books. I got books for 38 cents. Like, I don't feel that bad about it. But anyways, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to let me know in the comments below. And make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a video. And thanks for watching. Bye.